Happy Good Friday, or whatever you say. Jeff Brewer.
That's me. That's my name.
You know what they say? They said that on the first day the Titan fell, and on the third day it rose again.
Is when you get your Titan power in this game, is that like when Jesus comes back from the dead?
Yeah, essentially, this game is the Shroud of Turin of video games.
I hope they have a special Easter theme standby for Titanfall, where it's like standby for Jesus rise.
Yep. Stand by for Second Coming, and then you just get logged. You get logged out of the lobby.
Also, this game, I'm just going to tell you, I'm looking at your crappy PlayStation Eye webcam, and I have a burning question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Is this game running in 60 frames per second?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because it was ported from the Xbox One by not Respawn Games. Yeah, Blue Point. So I don't know. I mean, the love and attention may not be there, but hey, having not played the Titanfall for the Xbox One or the PC, it still plays pretty darn good.
No, you're wrong. The only version you can ever play is the PC version.
I don't know about that.
No, actually, I heard this is a really good port. I'm pretty excited to check it out. And Blue Point is like the best. They did all those HD remasters, and now they did, I guess, a demaster.
Oh, of which one?
Blue Point. Blue Point did, I believe they did the MGS collection, among other things.
Okay.
They're amongst the HD upport people. They're like the most well-regarded of them.
Oh, okay, cool. I had no idea. I don't play a lot of those HD remakes and whatnot.
I see.
But that's, I mean, I hear a lot of scuttlebutt about this game being, I mean, inferior, running at 30 frames per second. But, you know, I feel like this is a situation where it's like they gave it everything they can to make this work.
Everything I've heard about this game has been overwhelmingly positive. I mean, people recognize that it's like running within the limitations of old-gen hardware. I mean, just the fact that they crammed what essentially needed 5 gigs of RAM to run into less than 512 megabytes of RAM is insane.
So, Jeff, tell me which character to pick.
Show me them again. I can't really see, so I'm just going to look at... Okay, yes, that one. No. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you want me to play as Helgast, grumpy African-American woman, or I guess African space woman, whatever?
Play as Space Woman. One of them kind of looked like Psycho Mantis on my screen. So
okay, yeah. I'll play as Psycho Mantis. Gotcha.
Excellent.
All right. We will play as Psycho Mantis?
Yes. No. Yes.
This one. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, just a little backstory. What's happening right now, I am playing the quote-unquote campaign in a quick start, which just launches me randomly into one of the levels in the campaign. Let's see here. This would be a good example, I guess. What the campaign does is there is some story that's happening right now. You play on one of the good guys or the other good guys, fight each other, and that's about it. You know, standard shooter. Most points wins, whatever. And
you shoot the gun at the guys and then they die?
Essentially, yeah. So, let's see here. Oh, there's a guy. What was I saying? So this is the campaign.
Is taking, I'm sure, what is admittedly a docked frame rate, and then just like cutting it in half.
Yeah. I'm really sorry about it. It's terrible.
But I played this at PAX, so I feel like I have a
cool.
good sense of what's going on in this game.
So let's see here. This is, like I said, the campaign. It is dynamic in the sense that you can win this match against your human player enemies, and then you can, it'll change, quote-unquote, change the storyline, the quote-unquote storyline. Everything runs in scare quotes here because it's all a bunch of nonsense. But, I mean, it does at least feel some degree of interesting when you're shooting dudes and playing through these matches.
Can I just say that I'm really glad that instead of knifing people, you just kick them in the face?
It is great, yeah.
Vastly improved. It's really like they just ripped off the Mirror's Edge controls wholesale, and I do not care at all.
Yep, it's a really good animation to watch yourself get killed too as well, because I don't feel quite as bad. Like I'm like, ha! Look at me, I'm an idiot.
That guy just kicked me in the face.
Jeez.
Also, it's great that you can just jump on top of buildings. It almost just feels like you're breaking the game. It's like, oh, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but I am, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's somebody said, hey, let's make a first-person shooter where you get a double jump, and that person then had their balls handled carefully forever the rest of it. Like they ascended, I believe, at that point when they said that, because
You just killed a Titan.
my God, that is perfect. So this game has this mode where you're playing through storylines against other human beings, and it's kind of like there's a scripted structure to it and a story and whatever. Who cares? Nobody, right?
No, I don't care. You're jumping on houses, though, and I like that. Kick that guy. Kick him in the face. Yeah. Kick him again. Don't stop kicking.
Ah!
Keep kicking.
I couldn't kick anymore. There's also your standard multiplayer where you just jump into a match and fight people, and that's fine. It doesn't matter because this game is all about this. Just kidding.
What do you, so I have some questions for people who've actually played the game for an appreciable length of time. How do you feel about the weapons?
They're fine.
They're not like...
Is there enough depth in that answer for you?
I guess so.
Okay, wait,
so,
now we
so
go.
the weapons
And
don't really...
this. Okay.
Do not engage.
What is that? It's my robot friend.
He's pretty sweet.
Okay. Now I'm in the Titan. The titular Titan.
He
And
fell.
I have a big gun. It does more damage. And I fight other Titans. And it's pretty cool. You can't jump, which sucks, but you can dash. I can, check this out, get out of my Titan. And I can say, hey Titan, follow me. And then
Can other people hijack your Titan?
they cannot, which is a really, really awesome concept. Like, they cannot go inside it and take it over. What they can do is they can take advantage of your human leadership being away from the Titan, so they can more quickly dispose of it through, like, a something that an AI wouldn't be able to understand. I like to use my Titans as bait.
Oh, and then you stand back doing the actual damage.
Yeah.
I like that emergent gameplay with, like, I don't know if they just, like, thought about that concept, like, using your Titan just as a human, like a meat shield.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not good at this game by any means, and that's kind of how I enjoy it. So my Titan has now been murdered by some other Titan, and now there's a cooldown for it to fall again. And I can remove time from that cooldown if I kill people or damage enemies or whatever.
Okay. This game seems like a game where you can just kill people. Like, I was playing at PAX, you know, never touched it before, and I went into a game and I killed like 10 people. And I was like, wow. Like, I killed a lot of people, and it felt easy and it felt fun, and I didn't feel like I was being spawn camped every time I turned around.
Spawn camping for sure is not in this game. What I do see a lot of is, at this point, having played it from the Xbox 360, which I don't know if we stated that it is playing on the Xbox 360, people are getting pretty good at this point, and that sucks.
I hate when that happens. Just ruins communities completely.
It really does. Like, I knew it was going to happen eventually, where, you know, I was playing it when it first came out, and I was having fun killing some people, and now it's just like, okay, that dude just out of nowhere killed me. But I'm also playing on really terrible resolution with a camera in my face. It's not great, and it's a Friday when nobody had school.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All the 12-year-olds are leveling up their clans.
Yeah, exactly.
The Clash and the clans, the Crush and the Candy.
Speaking of the 12-year-olds, though, I've talked to some, and they don't care about this game.
Really?
Yeah. All of my stepson's friends are totally apathetic towards it.
What do they? Tell me more about that, because you're the only direct line to children amongst the three of us. We don't talk about Jamie's shady dealings.
I don't really understand if there's a. What's that?
I said he doesn't actually speak to them.
Just hand signals. I don't understand. I don't really know. Like I haven't. It's mostly. I think it is simply that it was a product that launched on the Xbox One, and it is a PC, forward game. It suffers from not being built for the 360. So
Gotcha.
people, maybe inadvertently aren't playing it when they probably should be. But it's like, well, a lot of the response is like, oh yeah, I heard of it. It sounds cool. Just not really.
But nobody's like super hyped for it.
Not
basically.
really, which is surprising.
I mean, isn't the paradigm with new IPs to be like, oh, well, Titanfall was cool, but Titanfall 2, man. Have you seen that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's even better than the first one.
Right.
Like, oh, how'd you like the first one? I didn't play it, but, I heard this new one is so cool.
All right, so my Titan was going to blow up there. I had to pull the lever and eject from it. Now, this is the end of the match. We've lost. Great. Well, what I would do is I would sit in that location with that marker, and I would wait for the dropship to come in. Yeah. And it's just a fun little thing that's tacked onto this game that I really appreciate, where it's like, normally in a situation like this, it's like, oh, match is over. Great. Meh. Like, this adds one little like scramble of excitement at the end of it.
It adds like some character to a genre which is otherwise devoid of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this does not have to be here at all, but it's kind of cute and kind of fun. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I saw some of that on stream and I thought it was hilarious.
It is really hilarious, and it's also super satisfying when you achieve that like unnecessary victory at the end of it, where you're like, I made it into the dropship, or we blew up the dropship.
It's like a secondary objective.
Yeah, it is. It's very well designed, very smart. It's
awesome.
Titanfall is a pretty good game.
Well, tell me about those burn cards, because I thought we were playing Titanfall, not Hearthstone.
I will tell you about the burn cards. Wait, I gotta leave this lobby though. I don't want to do these story missions.
Stories are stupid.
Yeah, they sure are, and I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, campaign, classic. So I just play on the attrition because I don't like capture point. I don't like capture point things where you gotta go.
Yeah, I just like shooty. Shoot the guys and then shoot the other guy and then shoot the guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%. So burn cards, apparently, they're loading. But what they do is like it's essentially like a one-time use special perk that you can pop.
Can I ask you a question? Are the burn cards free to play, or are they in-app purchases, or?
They are, as far as I know, they're free to play.
No, that was a mobile joke.
No, it's a great question. I mean, you would think that you could monetize that by saying, "Hey, do you want the premium pack of burn cards that allow you to get a greater chance of getting the super rare Mega Titan perk?" No, it's just like...
Yeah, I get the sense that even though this is EA, that Vince Zampella or whatever doesn't want to be quite that scummy.
Mm-hmm.
I think they think they'll engender more goodwill.
Yeah.
If they don't go that route, I don't think it's like a magnanimous decision. I think it's just like, okay, we've calculated that people are not going to like it if we do this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe it could also be they just didn't have the opportunity to implement something like that in time.
It could well
putting in a monetary system for it and creating that hierarchy.
We can really just get as cynical as you want with this, honestly.
Right. I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be there, which is cool. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, the burn cards are also completely unnecessary to even interact with if you care.
But they only happen when you lose, right?
No. Well, no. When you select them when you're not in the game. So after you get killed, you can pull up your burn card slot and go with that.
Okay, I see. So are they just like passive boosts, or what's the story with them?
They're actually kind of a unique combination of them. You can do a passive boost that might be like, you have a burn card that lets you run faster for a level. Or you can have one that swaps your regular weapon with a weapon that does like slightly more damage.
I see.
And then when you die, it goes away. So it's kind of like a Call of Duty perk that has some very, very, very rapid transients to it.
But it's not as unbalanced as like the nuke kill streak or something, right?
Right.
Some shit like that. Like I really hated kill streaks. I hated the concept of a kill streak in COD. I hated how like everyone was sending out their friggin' UAVs or whatever after 3 kills.
Yeah.
You just constantly felt like the deck was being further and further stacked against you.
Absolutely, yeah. If you weren't already excellent at playing the game, now it's going to be even harder and more challenging to be somewhere in a competitive, competitive sense, competitive scene. I'm terrible at this game, by the way. But
yeah, I gotta say, this map looks, well, that part of the map looked very like, oh, we're playing a shooter now. Every other time I'm like, oh, it's like a crazy clusterfuck party game.
I actually really like the smaller maps like this one. I really enjoy this because the Titans are cool, but I think that the Titans are a little overpowered in that they've been designed to that people use them better than I can use them. So people
also, can you just do that wall run in perpetuity?
As far as I know, yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
I'm into it.
I can just sit here and wall run forever.
Can you do that for the rest of the match?
Sure, why not? What do I have for my secondary here? Okay, yeah, this would be a good way to handle this. Just wall run.
This just makes me realize how badly I want them to make another good Mirror's Edge game.
Okay, I just blew myself up there. I think Jamie said this really well when we were talking about this in the podcast, but what I really, really have come to like about this game is it's a lot of like the little victories that I'm enjoying more so than like having a competitive score or anything like that. It's like, taking out one person's Titan and like, yeah, I may go 1-15 in a match or whatever, but like thwarting that person's joy feels so worthwhile in comparison to actually like doing well in the match.
No, that didn't look good.
Yeah. So people use their Titans in very creative ways, it seems, and this is where I think it's my time is over with this game because I can't play dynamically like those people do.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. I don't want it to be like where if I want to enjoy a multiplayer, I have to really sink the investment of hours to like get good at it.
Yeah.
If I even ever do get good at it, because I'm just kind of by default not that great at FPS.
Yeah.
So.
Right, I'm not good at this like fast-paced thinking and reacting on the fly in these sort of a games.
Yeah.
I have some good runs and they're really exciting and fun, but the more human players enter the territory, and the more I am just not, going to be competitive and have those moments.
Yeah, that's something that I definitely would want to kind of watch. Like I don't think I'm going to buy this new, not because I had a bad experience. I had a great experience at PAX, but I want to see like in a year, like is this, or in a couple months, like is this going to be a game that you can just play and have fun with, or is it going to be a game where only good people play it? You know what I mean?
Yes. And I mean it also lacks not functionality, but it lacks design for having like scrubs like the three of us playing in some kind of enjoyable match together. Like we could go in. What's that? Oh, there's matchmaking. Like, we could all play together, but, like, to what end? Okay, so we run around and play a first-person shooter with the three of us and never see each other for the entire game. Great. Like, that's just how those games work. And
okay. Again, I don't know. I'd want to see. And I guess it's promising that I had such a good time at PAX and I scored a lot of kills. But, who knows what that means.
You're right. I mean, I'm most excited, and now I know you said this with like a little bit of like irony and disdain before, but I'm the most excited about the next Titanfall game because I wanted to have a single-player campaign. I wanted to a real one. I wanted to be like a Call of Duty game is for me in its current status, where I just play them and have a good time for what it is.
I think that a surprising number of people play single-player campaigns in those games just because they want, they want the kind of adrenaline and excitement that comes with a shooter, but they don't want to have to invest hours and hours. So it makes perfect sense to have like a campaign mode where you can just have your fun and be done.
Okay, I don't know if you just saw what happened there, but let me explain why what I just had there was totally amazing. So I was in my Titan, and I was going after somebody else who was in a Titan.
Yeah.
And I was pushed to. So there's a mechanic where if you your Titan takes enough damage to its shield and its armor, you go into like a dead state, or I forget what they call it, like a doomed state, and you have essentially a countdown until your Titan explodes. So you can either go the safe route and immediately eject and get out of there, or you can do what I did and play it risky and play that countdown down until and then try and take the other guy, or utilize that last 10 seconds to give a final push. So what happened was I kept hammering away at the guy even though I was in a doom state, rushed up on him and ripped the pilot out of the chassis, and then murdered him and found time to still eject out of the Titan before it exploded.
That's awesome. Also, it's funny that you just died that way, but it was also really cool when you were wall running off of those special wall running panels.
Yeah.
This seems like a perfectly competent port, honestly. Like, I'm not, I can't see great detail on my end, but it doesn't look
neither
like
can I.
Glaringly wrong with it, It looks like a fun experience.
Another little thing here too, I guess this is something I forgot to talk about. So you have your loadouts. You were talking about the weapons, Jeff. You have your standard fare of like, your all-purpose rifle, your submachine gun here. You have your close quarters weaponry, and then you also have your anti-Titan weapons. So even as just a humble pilot, you can switch over to your anti-Titan weapon, and this will do superior damage against specifically Titan robots. What it doesn't do is it doesn't do extra bonus damage against humans. So it's not like this power weapon that you have stashed away that you can always access.
Gotcha. It's not like your noob tube, basically.
Right. It's not your rocket launcher from Halo or something where everybody wants to get it. It's super powerful. Like, no, it's a really weird device that works really well only on Titans.
Gotcha.
So as a pilot, you still have the capabilities to go up and do some work on an enemy Titan.
Mm-hmm.
There's also things like abilities that you have. So when you're playing as a pilot, you have like certain abilities you can pop, like cloaking or like a see-through
I think
walls.
I accidentally popped cloaking once when I was playing at PAX, yeah. Does it happen automatically after you get out of Titan sometimes?
Yes, absolutely, it will.
Okay.
With this character, I have the see-through walls thing, so I can see when dudes are coming after me, or where I can go to get them. I see we screwed something up there. So Titanfall's a pretty good game, and it still has that like Call of Duty hook where, oh, good, I killed 2 people. Excellent.
I was going to say, it was the top-selling game of March, which is promising for its future success.
Yeah.
It failed to move more Xbox Ones than PS4s, which is insane. But it definitely was the #1 piece of software. So that tells me, first of all, that next gen's maybe going to do okay, and also Titanfall hopefully has a good history ahead of it, or a good future ahead of it, rather, not history.
Yeah. But you have a hook. The hook here is like your measured upgrades and the next little ding. So here's a little screen. You have challenges and whatnot that makes things interesting.
Yeah, I noticed the challenges popping like every couple of moments. You just like get a new challenge. It's very satisfying. It's very like achievement Zynga-esque, but in a good way.
Well, it's Call of Duty how that works. You have your I want to get 3 headshots in a row so that I can get a boost and get my next thing. So like if we take this Titan for example, let's see here, what do we have? Primary weapon.
Okay.
Look at this. You have things. You have other little like sub achievements to unlock certain parts of that weapon to upgrade it.
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy for them to implement that shit. Are there double XP weekends?
There are double XP burn cards.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Yeah. Welcome. It's double XP all the time.
The music fits the bill for brooding, dark, gritty first-person shooter.
It certainly does. Yeah.
Why can't they just put goofy, like, over-the-top, bombastic Japanese music in there? Just one.
Well,
Just
because
give me one of those.
because then, well, that's what your PC is for, so you can mod that and hack into that. You're
So you can turn Titans into Macho Man Randy Savages.
yeah. I was thinking more like you could turn them into kaijus or something like.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
So your idea is actually legitimately interesting, whereas my idea is just comical.
Yeah. All right. So here's a burn card we can pump in right now. So I'm gonna amp up
You're gonna
with
amp
this.
that
I'm gonna
gun.
do replace primary weapon with special SMG. Do I have that?
I heard that if you pre-order the next Titanfall at GameStop, you get 3 days of amped gun use
Oh baby.
as a hot pre-order bonus.
I hear you get a hot new knife.
With gold trim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get a blinged
Functionally
out.
no different than the other knife, but it's gold. So
You get
everyone knows.
a gold Titan.
Everyone knows that you're dumb enough to put down money in advance for a product that hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, it's just it's that little rabbit who's in the GameStop commercials. You can ride on that as your Titan. There was that April Fool's joke where it was this game, but what dropped in was an Optimus Prime that, you got to ride.
That's amazing.
Which is one of those like horrible mistakes.
Oh. Hold up, sorry. I think I just ran over my cat. You right? With my chair.
Titanfall.
Titanfall just makes cats get injured.
But it was one of those huge mistakes where now it's become this kind of trend in the industry where you announce your joke, gimmick, whatever, haha thing. Yeah.
And then it actually happens.
And then you actually make it happen. But I think that was a little bit too ambitious to put in Optimus Prime and get loaded up into him. And we're like, oh man, that was a way too cool of an idea. Whoops.
Transformer Fall.
Yeah.
Coming this fall.
Fall of Titanfall. Transformers Fall of Titanfall.
One can only dream.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, you've seen me playing this game a little bit now. It doesn't change too much from this. There's different game modes. If you're a chump and you care about different game modes, go for it, man. There are enemy
I need the one
AI
where you have
dudes.
to hold the thing. I want the one where you have to hold the thing for more time than the other people hold the thing.
Yeah, that's not my fave. There are enemy AI guys that are like essentially like waves of creeps coming in here.
These them?
Yeah, and you can fight them and kill them, and that'll decrease your titanometer.
And they're really dumb, right?
Oh yeah, this is a good dude right here. I mean, he's shooting me, and you can die by them, but they don't have the intelligence, nor do they have the capacity to damage you. So, I mean, they are still a threat.
These are the guys that were only made possible by the cloud.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Seriously, that's what they said. It was funny because they were like, oh yeah, without the cloud we wouldn't have this realistic AI, when it's apparently like really bad AI.
Well, the one thing that I have not been able to get into yet because it's just limited by level is you can get an upgrade for your Titan that it improves its AI, which I think is kind of interesting.
Huh, interesting. I wonder if you can improve enemy AI.
No. That's level 52, and this game doesn't go that far.
You have to prestige 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Prestige.
I'm assuming that prestiging is in this game.
I don't know if it is yet. I obviously, at my level 20, I'm not quite there yet.
I'd be so proud of them if it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, I would give Vincent Pella a pat on his back.
I don't really know what the point would be in this game, because it lacks some of the features that Call of Duty had, which is like the, hey guys, check out my thing. That's not really in this game. It doesn't have that, like, look at my kills, look at my record. This game is more of like, it doesn't have that level of show off of like EPing yet. So why would you care about showing somebody your 8th level flag that you can only get if you prestige? Like it just doesn't matter.
Well, that's what it needs to grab the teenagers. Like, if you can't prestige, then the teens are not going to play it.
Yeah, that could be why the kids aren't into it.
Are there 4 stars next to your name? Because if there aren't, then
then what are you doing?
What are you even doing with your life?
Yeah.
Does this game feature a dog?
It
doubt it.
features a Titan, which is kind of like a dog.
Just dumb.
It
I
feels.
can't get emotionally attached to a Titan.
Oh, you can. Wait until you call it down, then somebody just wrangles it and destroys it. You feel for it. What if it had big, soft eyes, too, that you're like, oh.
Now we're getting into anime territory.
Yeah. Big, doe-eyed Titan that's like, this is my first day on the battlefield, sir.
When you start talking about giant, sexy robots, then we're totally getting into anime territory.
Yeah. I mean, there's this game has so much premise or so much promise to do awesome things that just aren't done in first-person shooters, and it's a shame that it's limited in this sense, like on the 360 and kind of being gated by a high barrier of entry on the other things. I just really hope that these ideas are aped by other companies and implemented in other settings, because I would play this exact game, if it was just like Neon Genesis Evangelion, I don't know, Robot Jocks, I don't know, Mask, I don't know, Transformers, like all these different things. Like I'll play a Spike and I'll shoot guys and jump into Hot Rod, and we can have a Transformers the 1986 film, the game.
Yeah, I'm just happy that I liked it when I played it.
That's great. I'm glad you did. I mean, you really can't dislike this game because it is fun. It's just, it may not be your cup of tea, and I know, even though it shouldn't be, it is for me. Like, I'm having a great time playing.
That's great, though. I mean, I had a good time playing Goes on Mercenary for like a week.
Yeah,
it was great. I was like, yeah, this is fun. So, just enjoy it. Ride that wave while you still can, man.
Huh. Somebody took my bombs away.
Those motherfuckers. How many racial epithets have you yelled or heard yelled?
Well, I always turn the audio off, so I don't know.
Doing it wrong.
Yeah, I don't want to hear other people want to play in the game. But when I have not gotten to them quick enough, none. It's just been the usual, like, really washed out, terrible audio that just immediately makes me not, like, somebody's sizzling bacon in their kitchen and talking to me.
They are not using your high-quality podcasting mics.
Yeah.
Oh, you shot that Titan in a place that was bad.
It was actually a dude who had wrangled my Titan and was trying to kill it, and I jumped out of my Titan and shot him.
Oh,
So
I completed a challenge.
Yeah, like Jamie said before too, it is a lot of like it makes for a lot of good storytelling and like really cool like
it looks like it has a lot of emergent moments, which is always great.
Yeah, a lot of things that happen that let you tell your own story, even though it may not be a big deal, like you said. Like, there's some emergence that goes hand in hand with the gameplay that's designed around it. Reminds me a lot of when Left 4 Dead first came out.
Yeah, of course. Left 4 Dead got really old really fast for me, but I don't know if this game will follow the same trajectory. It looks like it looks like the immersion stuff that's happening here is cooler, but I don't know if that's just a bias, if that's just the luster of its newness or what. But I'm more excited about what I see going on this screen than I ever was by Left 4 Dead.
Yep. Well, I think that I'll call it here. I don't have too much more to talk about. Let me see if I can just get shot up and... Hey! See if I can
Punch the Titans. Punch them in the face.
Kill me.
Hey, punch.
I don't think you can eject or sacrifice your Titan.
You can melee though, right?
You can, but I don't think there's a way that you can like you can kill your own Titan. Like you can. Oh, maybe. Can I launch missiles at the ground? Yep. I guess that works.
Victory.
I won.
Did you just sacrifice, murder all those people?
I don't know.
Amazing.
So yeah, this has been Titanfall for the Xbox 360. There's sniping in this game as well, but it's very difficult. And this has been Good Friday, and this has also been Jeff Brewer and Griff Hoffman. So thanks for watching this show and tell boss drill presentation of Titanfall.
Hooray.
Hooray. Ready for Titanfall.
Bye.